Hi everybody, I have another video for you. This one's going to be titled Trains, and it is a layout about going to the train museum in Sacramento. I'm starting out by using walnut stained distress ink along the edges of just a craft piece of cardstock. And I believe the papers that I'm going to use in here, I'm actually not positive what they all are, but I do know that a couple of the smaller ones are just from a 6x6 pad from Simple Stories that I believe is called World Traveler. The yellow car, or the yellow one with all the arrows on it, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, look, I think it's my mind's eye. I didn't have my paper trimmer with me because I was at my boyfriend's house, which is I just had the tripod set up on the table, and so that also is why it's kind of at a weird angle. I didn't finish the layout there, however, so the video will flip at a certain point. It was kind of funny for me to be using scissors to cut down paper. It was very out of my comfort zone. I prefer to use a paper trimmer just because I like a little bit more of a clean edge, but these ones worked out okay, so it wasn't too bad. So now I have the edges of all my paper inked and the papers glued down, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the photos on the page. I've had that train sticker that is sitting there to the right for I don't even know how long. It came with actually a little boy's kit, and I've always had a hard time using some of the stuff that comes in the little boy kits just because my son was never really into cars or any of that kind of thing. But anyway, I thought this was like the perfect time to use it, and I thought I'll absolutely never get to use it on any other layout. It has to go on here. So I'm just going ahead and putting foam adhesive behind it to make it pop up off the page. And then I'm going to glue, then I'm going to stick it down to the bottom right corner. Now I'm going to take out these chipboard stickers, or stickers, whatever you want to call it, letter stickers, that are by We Are Memory Keepers, and I believe they're called Indian Summer. They have kind of a neat leather look to them. So the title on this layout is going to be Train. I did not outline my letters. I almost always do that, and I did not do it on this layout. I'm also going to take a piece of film strip washi tape and put that down there by the train. And I will also take out one of the wood veneers that's to the right, the one that says Explore, and I am going to use, I believe, walnut stain distress ink on it just to make it darker so that it'll stand off the page more. Then I also am going to pick out one of these flare badges to put up in the left corner because I know I'm going to kind of do that tag and a bit of a embellishment cluster there. I'm just going to ink the edges of this other small tag that just says Trip, and then I'm going to glue it down. And then my video is actually going to flip because then I went home to finish up the layout. Aha! Here we go. My normal view. Anyway, right now is me taking out the walnut stain distress ink to darken up that wood veneer. Now I'm going to take out my quick dry adhesive to glue down the wood veneer, and I'm going to run into the same problem that everybody else does, which is that the top of it gets clogged up. Seriously, seems like Scotch should be trying to do something about that. I'm going to come and work on this cluster up here on the left, and I am going to take out that brad and put it through that little tag. I'm going to put the flare badge up there, and then you also see to the left those little flag, they're like almost like an acetate or a plastic flag that's to the left that I believe is by K & Company for the Smashbook stuff, and I'm going to put one of those on there. And I believe that I will also put a little bit of washi tape, of the film strip washi tape up there as well, just to kind of bring that up to the top also. It's kind of funny watching the video. I realize I am a finger tapper. I don't think I've ever noticed that I do that before. It's like tapping your fingers, apparently. Gives some sort of magical ability to your brain to figure out what it is you want to do next. Now that I finally have all that stuff glued down up there, I'm going to tap my fingers some more and move on to the next thing. I have these really old, I believe they're Seven Gypsies. They were like letters and numbers, and so I just decided that they're almost like on metal, and I'm going to put one of those in the center of that train thing just to make it a little bit more, stand out a little bit more. And then I'm going to take these rub-ons. I've been trying to kind of use these up. I've had them for a very long time, and so I've been including them on a few different layouts. These ones are stitching, and I am going to take the black and put it on the piece of paper that's at the top, and then also along the piece of paper at the bottom of Explore. I think I mentioned in my last video that I'm not sure who these rub-ons are by, but I've had them for a very, very long time, and these things still work really well. They rub off easily, but yet they didn't rub off on everything else. So I don't know who manufactured these, but these people should be making more because rub-ons are so frustrating. Okay, now that I have the rub-on down, I pulled out this stamp set by Jilly Bean, and there's an arrow on it. I can't remember what the arrow said exactly, but I thought, okay, I'm going to stamp that on this pattern paper. That way you would see the pattern behind the open part of the arrow. I didn't like it though. I mean, I cut it out and everything else, and tried to find a home for it, but I just really didn't like it, so it doesn't end up staying on the layout. So I think this is my second video that I shot with my GoPro camera that I got for Christmas. And so far I'm loving all the options that I have in there as far as as far as framing and stuff. I can move the video around to try to get things centered and to zoom in and that type of thing. So I'm actually really liking that ability. It's a little bit more work for me to have to transfer the GoPro files first and then be able to move them to Movie Maker or whatever, but because I can't figure out how to do any voiceovers in the GoPro program. So anyway, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.